All right, guys, check this out. Today, I'm going to take the family. We're going to do about a 400-mile road trip in the Raptor. This is going to be a two-part series, and you're going to like what's going to come after that. But here's a little sneak peek of what you can guess we're going to be doing. Oh, yeah. Let's do this. We're going to do about a 400-mile road trip. I'm going to reset the trip right now. Let's see how it does now. So getting about 12.2 miles per gallon, which is actually pretty good considering we sat in some traffic for about a good solid 20-25 minutes, just literally bumper to bumper. I noticed at about 80, I'm sitting at almost exactly 2,000 RPMs. Been playing around on the highway between sport mode and normal mode, just seeing how the trans shifts on the highway, and pretty much at like cruise, it doesn't really make any difference, no surprise. Was also playing around with some of the different suspension settings when the road, the expansion joints and patches in the road are in bad shape, and I didn't really notice much different between the three different settings of suspension. Probably notice it more on the dunes. Okay, we got the nav working, and you can see the display above. Just like the 21 to 23 Raptor, it puts your destination and information on top of the fuel economy or whatever your My menu is. But I don't see any change in the, actually I misspoke. It is on the left side of the heads-up display. So that's kind of cool. So you do get your nav features from factory nav. We'll have to try it with Apple CarPlay. I don't know if Apple CarPlay will go in the heads up, but the factory nav does go in there. Around 80 miles an hour, you're just at 2,000 RPMs. This is a nice driving truck. We were both mentioning how much better we think this takes the bumps than our 21 Raptor, so that's a good thing. Use Apple Maps. Actually, I like this even better than the factory map. So you got it in your CarPlay, you've got it above your My View, but look at the size of the information in the heads-up display. That's actually bigger in the Apple Maps than in the factory nav map, which is kind of interesting. Now for the third mapping option, Google Maps. Apple CarPlay, notice you don't have the display information for your nav above My menu, and it went away in the heads-up display. So as expected, Apple makes sure that their mapping system gets the full feature of the heads-up display and nav built into the vehicle, as well as the native Ford navigation app. Another cool feature if you want to see the display down below for directions and then up above. And I'm using Apple Maps right now. We are at the halfway point of the trip, 190 miles. Of that 190 miles at 11.9 miles per gallon, we've got about, what, 45 minutes idle time? Probably 45 minutes of idle time between traffic and letting the kids sleep in the car with the air conditioning on, as well as I was moving at a really good clip. I've said this before, I think this is a 13 mile per gallon truck. So I'm gonna reset the trip now because we're gonna do some fun stuff here for another video that's gonna be coming soon. But we're gonna push this thing and see what the Raptor R is gonna do. Painful fill up, 150 bucks. Going to reset our fuel economy for this one, for the return trip home. Turn the brights on and then off. On and then off. People had questions on the headlights. Headlights work awesome. Aux 1 works great with the ambers. Got the standard fogs. They work great also. Headlights are off there. Now headlights are on. Brights work good. Dynamic bending seems to work pretty good. So here's the real question. How did we do on this almost 400-mile road trip today? There we go, return trip. 12.6 for 192 miles. So we were typically cruising like 75 to 80 cruise, 4 of us in the vehicle. I think that's pretty good, actually. When I think back of my 35 package and 37 package Gen 3 and Gen 2s, I might have got 13.5 or 14. So to have a V8, I don't think the on-highway fuel economy is that much worse. Now, if you're driving at 60 miles per hour, I could see there being a bigger differential in fuel economy and the V6 doing a lot better. But I found in Michigan on the highways, I feel like the V8s actually typically do pretty good for the most part. Got the truck filled up, ready to go for the next trip. 410 miles till empty. It shows I did about $220 worth of fuel, but that's not fair because the truck wasn't completely full before we started. So I'd say 150 total by the time driving there and back, plus on the dunes. That's not terrible considering we were on the dunes half the day. I've made that exact same trip probably 50 times, and I saw no issue. We did almost 200 miles last night driving, and truck did great. Co-pilot assist worked great. Adaptive headlights worked great. No issues there. I was playing around with the fog lights and the aux lights. Those things were working awesome. Got some bugs we got to wash off this thing today. Cleaned out the interior. Everything looks good there. Got to wash it a little, but at least got some of the dust knocked down. Hey guys, hope you liked the video. I'm pretty happy. 400-mile trip, driving through the day, driving through night, 4 people in the vehicle, just shy of 13 miles per gallon. I don't think that's too bad comparing that to my 37 package Raptor. I might have got 1 mile per gallon better, maybe 2. I don't think that's all that bad for 700 horsepower. Thanks for watching. More great stuff to come.